Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about something that has happened to me, and as you can see by the title of the video, it's not going to be like a happy story or anything like that. If you do have me on Instagram and Snapchat, you already know what I'm going to say. So today is Monday, May 7th, and not this Saturday, but the past Saturday, April 28th, I lost my dog of 13 years, and it is literally the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I wanted to make this video because I feel like she deserves a video, so this is why I'm making it. And I like expressing myself. Like, I want you guys to know, what's happening to me. I don't want to hide anything. And what I'm going through right now is pretty tough. If you have a pet at home, you kind of get me. If you have lost a pet, you know exactly what I'm feeling. I personally feel that only people with pets are going to understand how I truly feel. If you don't have a pet, you don't know that type of love. You may think, oh, it's just an animal, it's not a big deal. It's not a human being. To me, they are like human beings, The only thing is that they can't speak and they depend on you. So I have 3 dogs. I have Oreo, Bentley, and I had Hazel. Hazel is the one that passed away, and she was my first pet. I got her when I was about 8 years old. My cousin gave me her because she had a dog that was pregnant, and she decided to give the puppies away to like family members and stuff. And I really wanted a dog, so I convinced my parents, to let me have one. So I still remember the day when I first got my dog. It was one of the most amazing days of my life. And since then, I've been having the duty of taking care of her and walking her every day, feeding her, loving her, just everything. And I don't want to cry in this video, but every time I think about my dog or every time that I speak about her, I don't really speak about her that much now because I'm, still dealing with the pain and I want to be strong. I know that if I start speaking about her, I will get emotional. So in this video, I probably will cry. I don't want to, but it's kind of hard to, be strong sometimes. So it's been about a week now that she's been gone, and it's been very hard. I said I wouldn't cry. So on the 28th, so on April 28th, it was a Saturday, I was getting ready for work, and I was actually just about to leave. My grandma was going to take me to work, so she was in my house, and we were already, like, about to leave. So I wanted to feed my dog before I left, so I kept calling her. I was like, Hazel, come on, you need to eat. Yummy yummies. I used to say yummy yummies. We say that to our other dogs too. And she usually runs out. Like, she usually stays under my bed a lot or just in my room. And she would, like, run out, whenever I said bye-byes, like, to go outside, or yummy yummies if she wanted to eat, whenever I wanted to feed her. So, I said, Hazel, yummy yummies, come on, come on. I was getting frustrated because I had to go to work and she wouldn't come out from under the bed. Prior to that, I had walked her, and she was fine. She even pooped in my living room right after I walked her, and I was so angry. Like, I was so angry with her. And she just went to my room. So then when my grandma came and I was about to leave, I said, Hazel, come on, yummy yummies. She wouldn't come out. And I was like, oh, that's just her being lazy. But then before I left, something told me to go check in my room, to check under my bed and see what was going on. So I went and moved my bed, and I kept saying, Hazel, come on, yummy yummies. And she wouldn't move. Like, usually she would leave from under my bed and just go out. But I didn't hear anything. She was just, it was silent. So I got very scared. I started panicking. I moved my bed over, put my bed back in place, and then I went to the front of my bed and looked under, and she was there. And guys, I don't think I'm ever going to forget the image that I saw, but my dog was there just laying frozen, just looking like that with no emotion in her face, just blank, like a blank stare, and I thought she was dead. I ran out of my room and I started just crying so much. I even fell to the floor and my mom started hugging me. I was like, "Hazel, she's gone. She's dead. She's dead." And my grandma immediately ran to my room to check, and she checked under my bed and she saw my dog and she was like, "Yesenia, she's still breathing. She's not dead, but she looks really bad." And the pain that I felt in that moment was just horrible. In that very moment, I had to start preparing myself because I knew in my heart that I was going to lose my dog because she looked very bad and very sick. My dog wasn't reacting at all, and I already knew that I had to start preparing because she wasn't going to, this time she wasn't going to survive. Like she'd been sick before, obviously, but this time it was different. She was just, I felt like she wasn't conscious. So she was also throwing up and drooling a lot. I googled the symptoms. People were saying, take the pet to the vet. So when my dad got home, he decided that he was going to take her to the animal hospital in the city. And I kind of felt a little iffy about that. I knew that if my dad took her to the vet, they were going to say, "You need to put your dog down. You need to euthanize her." I knew that already, and I didn't want to just let her go. So my mom said, "How about we just see if she can survive throughout the night and see how she, deals with all of this, see if she'll get better. You never know." So we left her in the living room with a bunch of blankets just around her. I even put like music for her, like they have dog music to relax them. I just tried to do anything that I could to make her feel less pain, but it didn't work. My dad took her because she was making like a little grunting sound. Like I guess that was her way of crying because she didn't have the energy to really cry. So we were getting concerned at that point, and my mom was just like, you should just take her to the animal hospital. And she told my dad this, and then she told me, you have to say goodbye. So, I said my goodbyes. I felt like I was going to faint. So I told my mom, like, put the AC because I'm going to faint. That was a moment that I always feared, having to say goodbye to her. And so she wasn't conscious, but I pet her head and I said, "I love you. Forever, Hazel." My mom said goodbye to her. We weren't strong enough to actually go to the animal hospital. Like I just couldn't. So my brother went, my grandma went, and my dad went to take her. I couldn't. And my little brother and my mom stood with me at home. And after that, I couldn't stop crying. Like, it was the whole day. Oh, by the way, I didn't go to work. Obviously, I had to stay because, I wasn't going to go to work seeing my dog die. I had to stay home. How would I be able to work with, all that sadness that I had? So my grandma called my job and told them that I wouldn't be able to work. So I stood home and I was hoping that my dog would get better, but I knew in my heart that it was time to let go. She was already old and she looked like she was suffering. My dog also had like cherry eyes. It's like a condition that mostly Cocker Spaniels get. She was a Cocker Spaniel. It's like um, a piece hanging from the inside of the eye. It hangs. And she had that ever since she was a puppy. Her vision wasn't the best either, and I knew that she was suffering, besides what she had. She also had the vision problems. So once my dad and my grandma, my brother got to the animal hospital, my dad texted my mom and told them what the doctor had said. And he had said that my dog had an infection in her abdomen, and it was already too late. It had reached her blood stream. And that the only way we might be able to get her back, there was a 10% chance, was if we paid for an $8,000 surgery. And there was only a 10% chance of her living. He even told my dad, like, if I were you, I would just put her down. She's very bad and she's suffering, and I can't guarantee you that she's going to survive this. So I already knew, like, in my heart that I was, it was the last time I was going to see her, so I was prepared. But it still hit me when he texted my mom that. And he said that they had their final goodbyes. And she was just not conscious. She wasn't there. She was just on the little bed. And the doctor asked if they wanted to see, her being put to sleep. And my dad said no. No one wanted to see that. So they just, after they said their final goodbyes, they walked away and they stood with my dog. My dog was my everything. She used to live with me in my room, and I was in my room all the time. So she would be here all the time. And she would sleep with me pretty much all the time as well. On her final days, I didn't have her on my bed. It's crazy how life works. I didn't have her on my bed because, like, I bought new bed sheets. And what I thought was her period was actually her bleeding from what she had. I thought it was her period. And I didn't want, like, the period on my bed, so I had her sleep on the floor. But prior to all of that, I had my dog on my bed every single night with me by my feet. And whenever I was sad, whenever I was happy, bored, like, I would be with her. And whenever I cried myself to sleep, if something was happening in my life, when I was heartbroken, when I was just stressed with life, when I was afraid, I had my dog right next to me, and I would actually speak to her and tell her that I loved her and she was my best friend, and she was the one that would never, you know, make me feel some type of way. She wouldn't judge me, she would love me no matter what. And now that I don't have her with me here, it's just like I still can't believe it. It's so hard to accept the fact that she's gone. And I haven't slept in my room till last night. A whole week I didn't sleep in my room. I slept with my mom on her bed because I just didn't want to be reminded all the time, that I was alone in my room. I'm not actually alone because I have my family that loves me and everything, but I mean, like, in my room. I always had my dog with me, and now I'm alone. Thank God I was able to sleep fine last night, but I did bring my bunny to my room just so I wouldn't feel alone. Um, but it's hard, you know. I know it's gonna be hard at night when I have to just be there by myself and not have her. I was so used to having her in my room and I felt secure, and I was just happy to have my dog with me. It just feels so different now. Like, for 13 years of my life, I had to go and walk her every day. I had to worry about feeding her. And now it's like what I was accustomed to. It's like, It's gone. I don't have a routine anymore. That was like my daily routine, and now it just feels so weird to not have that. I used to get upset a lot when I had to walk my dog because I was lazy, but now I wish that I could walk her one last time and give her the best walk of her life. It's crazy how everything works because a week before she died, we were on our way to the Bronx, and throughout the drive I was thinking like about my dog. We had passed the animal hospital, the one that she actually went to, and I was just thinking like my dog is getting old. I need to, you know, be able to handle when she goes, and I have to start thinking about everything because I'm not going to have her forever. And look, a week later she died. It's like God was giving me signals to prepare myself. If I didn't have my parents there or my grandma, I don't know what I would have done. I was going crazy. I just felt lost, depressed, angry, like everything, guilty. I felt so many emotions that day and throughout the whole week that if I didn't have the people that love me the most there with me, I probably would have hurt myself. I don't know. I was already thinking like I want to be with my dog. If God took me right now, I would be happy because I would be with my dog. But I have my life to live, and I know that my dog would want me to be happy. And sorry, it's like something just fell from my bed, which is a little weird. But I know my dog would want me to be happy, and I know that she wants me to achieve all of the dreams that I've had. So I'm going to be strong for her and continue with my life. But one thing, I will never be the same again. I feel like she took a piece of me with her, and the person that I used to be is no longer there. I feel empty, and I just, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel. But I pray to God that each day just gets better for me. I know that she's my guardian angel now, and she's looking out for me. I know a lot of you probably, even though some of you may not agree with that, please don't leave your comments down below. I don't need negativity. If you're not into, if you don't believe in God or the afterlife, just please keep your comments to yourself and respect me. These are my beliefs, and I believe that she's my guardian angel, and she's in doggy heaven, the Rainbow Bridge, and I will see her one day. When it's my time to go, I'm going to see her, and it's going to be amazing. I have gotten signals that she's still with me. Last week, it was like the third day since she was gone. I had to wake up to use the bathroom. I had to pee. And when I left the bathroom is pretty much right next to my room. So I don't know if you hear, but my brother's showering right now. That's because you can hear because the bathroom is literally like right there. So I went to the bathroom to pee, and then when I came out, I heard footsteps. And it was the sound that only she had when she used to walk, because her nails were very long, so her nails would go against the floor. And that's exactly what I heard, but I heard it like 2 times, and that's it. It stopped. And I just stopped for a minute and looked, and I was like, oh my God, that was my dog. And I heard her. And I told my grandma, and like my family. And my grandma said, wow, I actually heard her in the morning too, because she was in my room sleeping before she went to work. I think it was like at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, something like that. She heard Hazel walk in my room. And I heard her around 8, 9 in the morning. My grandma was already gone. She was working. And that was one. My parents also heard her like the next day. Um, Another thing that happened, which is like, wow, was she had a shirt. I will show you. It's full of her hair, by the way, and I'm not gonna clean it. This was her shirt. It's a Rihanna shirt, and it says bad gal with the number 13, and then on the back it says like navy. I had that on her. But then my dad had taken it off of her, like, before all of this happened, he had taken it off of her because it was, like, really cold outside, so he changed her shirt to another one. And ever since he changed that shirt, I didn't know where this went. Like, it disappeared. No one knew where it went. And the day after I heard her, I went into my room, and there was no one in my room, by the way. My grandma had slept in that room, in my room that same day too, but she was already gone. I came in my room to like clean my bed, and I noticed that the shirt was just laying there inside out. It was just laying there on my brand new sneakers, because I have like a sneaker thing section right over here actually, and I left my brand new sneakers on the floor. That shirt was on top of my brand new sneakers just laying there. And I was like, this is so weird. Um but maybe my grandma put it there. So I asked her, since she was the only one in my room before me, I said, did you put Hazel's shirt like on top of my sneakers? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, her shirt was laying on top of my sneakers. She's like, no, I didn't touch anything. I didn't see anything on the floor but your sneakers when I left to work. And I was just sitting there like, wow, my parents, like my dad was working, my brother was sleeping, both my brothers were sleeping, and my mom was in her room the whole time with me. And I was the first one after my grandma to step into my room, and I didn't put that there, obviously. So I was like, wow, that's a sign. And I know a lot of people might think I'm crazy, but I know in my heart that that was Hazel. And that was a sign that she's still with me. Another sign. I also had 2 dreams with her. Um, One was, well, in both dreams I obviously saw her. And dogs can do that. Like when they pass, they can visit you in dreams. I have this book. I have this book that I purchased from Amazon. It's called Signs from Pets in the Afterlife, and it's been helping me so much. And this is where it actually says everything that, dogs can do, or pets, after they have passed, to show you that they're there with you, that you're really not alone. And one of the things that I saw in the book was objects moving, which is what happened to me, and dreams, and hearing them. All 3 were there. So I knew that this was real. A lot of people probably don't believe in that stuff, but I personally do. And I know that my dog is still with me, and I know she will always be with me, even though I can't see her. She's there with me spiritually. She will always walk with me, and she'll always be in my heart. Um, this past, yesterday, my dad actually picked up her ashes, and there was also a tree planted for her. I think it's Minnesota. I have the card that they sent me. And yeah, we have her ashes now in the living room. I have been strong, but sometimes I break down because, she was my best friend. She was like my daughter, my best friend, my everything. and I don't have that anymore. My room used to have this scent. It was my dog scent, and now it doesn't. I remember her bark as if I just had her in my room right now. Like, I miss her bark. I miss walking her, dressing her. I miss seeing her face. She was always there for me, and whenever I cried, she knew I was sad because she gave me this look. She would just come to me and lay with me. It's so hard. I had to take a couple days off from work because I just couldn't. I was depressed. Um, yeah. I'm back at work now though, and it distracts me. So I actually like going to work. It distracts me from just everything in my life. And by the way, if you have me on Snap or Instagram, you already know that I got something in her honor. On Friday, I went with my parents to get a tattoo. My very first tattoo, and it hurt, but it was worth it. I was very brave. This is the tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see, but it says her name, and it has like a little paw print. It's not her paw print because I never got to like get her actual paw print, but it's okay. And angel wings, and it just says Hazel. And yeah, it's my very first tattoo, and I love it so much. It's just a reminder that she's always with me. My dad got one too, and so did my mom. They're bigger though. They're like much more bigger than mine. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you about this, and I just wanted to show you how I feel. Um, I'm sorry that I've been gone for so long. I got a job now, like I said, and it's been really like I've been very before Hazel passing. I was very busy. Like I'm still busy, like with work and stuff. But there's no excuse. Like I could have still done videos. I just wasn't really in the mood. And now, I mean, I'm not saying I'm in the mood to make videos now because I'm depressed, but I'm gonna try my best to at least do a video once a week because I love you guys and I wanna grow my channel because that's my dream. It's been my dream to grow my channel and I'm gonna continue to do so. So yeah. If you stood all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. I love you guys so, so much, and I don't want you to worry about me. I'm okay. I have the people that I love the most, just being there for me, and I want to thank everyone that sent their condolences to me and was just there to make me feel better, even to just put a temporary smile on my face. Thank you, and rest in peace, Hazel. I love you with all my heart. I can't wait for the day that you run up to me and I pick you up and have you in my arms forever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye.